Jack here with Jack Flash Auto Repair, and today we're working on my Banshee. It's been a while since I've made a progress video on this thing, but I've got it fully powder coated and the engine back in after the rebuild. And today we're working on getting the back end back together. And our new bearing carrier doesn't have the little spacers that go here between the rotor and they're not really spacers, they're supposed to be built in, but somebody cut them off. And then they added this thing and it's in the way, so we're just gonna try to fix all this. We're gonna cut this off and then we're going to make some custom bushings that will fit in between there because a new bearing carrier is 200 bucks and I don't wanna pay that. So, gonna go ahead and get started on that. First step I took was getting some bushings from Atwood's here. They're handy pack. A lot of places carry these. Let me see. Here's a part number. These are going to take some modification, so really anything would work. They're just some aluminum cable stops, but for what I'm trying to do, I think they are going to work just fine. So let's get started. The first step I'm going to take is to go ahead and drill these out. This is the bolt for it. It's got an 8mm shank, and this is a 1/4 inch, which means it's about 7mm. So it only needs to go up 1mm. Shouldn't be too hard. So I'm gonna drill those out, and then we're gonna do some test fitting and see how much we need to cut them to length, and then should be good to go. I might spray paint them black just so they match the rest of the bike, but should be good. Got my brake with my bearing carrier and my brake caliper. Got my freshly drilled out bushing. Now I am going to test fit it, get it just the right length to where it will fit in there and let the brake caliper sit flush. So let's go. So we've got it marked. Might be kind of hard for you to see, but there is a small line in the middle. Gonna go ahead and use my grinder and cut it down to length. Here's the bushing we came out with. Looks pretty good. Nothing special, but I think it'll work. Gonna go ahead and paint it black. Now we just need to take this second one, do the same thing, drill it out and cut it down. So you can see we've got bushings made and they are right at the same height, which is perfect. So now I'm just gonna hit these with some black spray paint and then they'll be ready to install. All right guys, so we've got those spacers I made, and they look pretty good. They look uniform. I'm ready to throw them on the bike, so let's go ahead and install them. Made sure to chamfer my edges so nothing is catching anything. Should be good to go. Got the brake caliper installed on there with the new spacers, and everything looks to fit great. If anything is too tight, I can always add a washer in between those if I need to add a little bit more space. But honestly, it's hard to show you with one hand, but it does move freely. The brake caliper here will move around the axle just fine. So once we have that all together, I can make any minor adjustments I need to, but for now, it fits together just fine. I'm gonna order my axle nut and then go ahead and be able to put the rear back together. The only thing it'll be missing at that point on the back end will be its rear shock back over there, and I don't know if I'm going to try to rebuild that one or just order a new one, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm super excited about this. I never get tired of looking at this red. So pretty. Looks even better out in the sun. Coming together. We'll need a few more things.